Again, we'll have, when we finish around 11, we'll have time. And let's come up with other things. Any questions on the atrial hypertrophy? All that stuff up there. Okay, now you get a chance to, you may not be in order, but who's a volunteer? Test. It works. Who's on? Who hasn't been up here? Okay, sounds good. Tell your teacher. There you go. Thank you. You're going to teach us on atrial hypertrophy. Sure. One of them?
Yeah.
Okay. What do we see? Okay. What about E1 also?
You're talking about it, right?
Still,
E1.
E1. Okay.
Oh,
Yeah. Okay. Mainly,
yeah.
mainly down?
Yeah.
Okay. He was mainly down, so that supports the left atrial hypertrophy. That's good.
No, that's a word to like what happened if it possible that it was wrong for it.
Yeah, it is possible. And it doesn't support it sometimes, we say suggestive.
So they,
Suggestive.
yeah. So,
Kind of there, kind of not there, not there.
so say for instance, we said we have lead three and left hypertrophy, and got and then lead four, like picture, like what would you put?
Well, you could actually see right here, or could point that down. Down real big. So you got something like let's say you look at B1, you got B1, you got big thing going up and also big thing going down. And something big like that, you could be sort of both. It's really not a common combination. So, any questions there? Right? How about somebody for this one? Anybody? Else on this? What do we see here?
Okay. You got pointing,
Appointed.
all point, and then prominently upright. So it'd be right.
Start calling right atrial hypertrophy. Sounds good. All right.
So they both have to the same.
Well, if it has everything in the two leads, then you have strong evidence.
Okay.
Yeah, you have unequivocal evidence. If you have maybe one and not the other, you say like suggestive right or something like that. Usually minor case.
So will there be a case where, like in the second lead, it'll be normal and B1 and be LAH?
If you had that, if you had one, not the other one, it's suggestive.
Oh.
Yeah, or borderline. Right? Yeah, Erica.
Okay, so it could, you know, we had under the red hypertrophy on the first one,
Yeah.
it's on like under the.
Yeah, like mainly up and a little down.
Okay, so if it just that, I guess that happens to me.
Yeah, it could do that, but usually if it does go a little down, it's not very much. In fact, this one really seems to be pretty much
Moss
a
going to
lot.
be around chicken.
So, so atrial hypertrophy is good.
Yes.
Now we move on to the ventricles, and first off, I gotta give them the light first one is next up here. Trepidation, what's that? That goes back.
Reservation.
Yeah, reservation, concern, worry, something like that. Okay, go down. So maybe yesterday there was some trepidation about the exam today. Some concern, worry, reservation. Okay. So hopefully I'm trying to reduce that by being clear on this fact. Trepidation. So GRE, get that whole thing about it. And then, let's see. This guy. New York Rangers, maybe? New York Rangers.
Ready for
You all
the
right? Yeah. Ready to go.
Do you find this online or it's like his
This
cat?
guy.
I would say.
I hope so.
Don't try this at home. Yeah. Messing the snake for one thing. And that's pretty good. Pretty talent. See, one of my college friends was this guy was a business major, I think it was accounting or finance in those areas. This was back in like 1930 when I was in college. And, good student, 3.9 area. And you can see Dr. Barr in the background, of course, right there. But yeah, studied all of it. And, good more, like,
Oh, did you?
yeah. I'll get better, I'll get better. It's a week effort. Yeah, work out to. Okay, the ventricular side, ventricles. And so just two of these, and talk the quiz a little bit, and do some clicker stuff, and then we're good. Be on target. LVH, left ventricular hypertrophy, the criteria plural and a lot of things. This is where you get, again, some of these could be suggested, but the more you have, the more definitive you are. So the first one is the main one, is voltage, being at voltage. And what I think we'll actually do with this is look at the example and example as we talk through the pages 24 and 25, of course. Voltage. What you want to do is take the S wave and V1 or V2. The biggest one. Best choice, your choice. And then take the R wave and V5 or V6, and take biggest one, your best choice. Yeah, S wave, V1, V2, R wave, V5, V6. And then add them together. And you want to get over 35 millimeters. You get up to 35 millimeters. Greater than 35 millimeters. So, and you can see like the top EKG on 24, there's a big S wave, and V2 I'd go with, V5 big R wave. And those kind of, on that size EKG is kind of tough to add though. But if you look at the next one, below that where the arrows are, I ended up with a little over 60 on that. On 24 at the bottom. The way I did that was, if you look at V5, where the arrow is, you can come by large boxes and go 5 and 15, there's another one, so maybe 19, maybe a couple more, maybe around 20 from the baseline. So we're looking at 24, looking at V5 with the arrow, and getting somewhere a little over 20 from, you're going from isoelectric line to the top of the arrow.
So you count the height?
You're counting height, yeah. Yeah.
With the large boxes?
Well, it ends up being small boxes, you can count by large. You can go 5, 10, 15, 20 like that if you want, or you can count every little one. And then if you go over to, let's see, I would go with V2 is bigger than V1, so choose V2. You have a lot of voltage there, that arrow is. It ends up, the baseline is right at a thick line, does that make sense? You go like it's actually might be a millimeter above. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, go down to the next EKG a little bit. So, 40, probably over 40 on that.
So if we count, so say for this one, V2 is already over 35, so do we even have to worry about
You're
RA?
already on top.
Okay.
So they're all have to be compared to 35.
Well, we add them together. If you add them together, you all 35. Oh, then you don't have it. Yeah. So in this case, you don't have to be real fine with this because you got 60 something. It's way over 35. So even if you added up 61 or 62 or 65, 59, whatever, you're way over it anyway. Clearly LDH. And also on page 25, you can see it's just huge wave. In fact, we don't use V3, but look how far down V3 goes.
Yeah.
Yeah, on the rhythm. Yeah.
Ridiculous.
Ridiculously big.
Yeah.
Larger, yeah.
The hour he predicted is going to turn into like 4.
V1 or 2, yeah. You can only use V1 or V2.
So I have to get through this, RDH, and then questions on the board. And they're done, and we're already at 4 minutes. Yes.
You make choice, your choice is the biggest one.
Okay, so our choice, just to be sure, V1 or V2, we did look at S wave. V5 and V6, we did look at R wave.
Yeah. See, S wave and V1 or V2 plus R wave and V5.
We add together.
Yeah,
Just
together.
consider.
Add it together.
Okay,
And, you have like these are disease state situations. Aortic stenosis, systemic hypertension, aortic coarctation, something's wrong in these situations. No doubt about it. If you look at your ability case, there's a little bit of voltage there, around the 35 area, maybe a little more. That's good physiological, good strong heart. These are disease types. There's clearly a difference. As we go on the list, there's even more supporting of it. So these individuals do not have a good heart, disease hypertrophy heart, and go on more of that in a little bit. You also often see STT wave changes, and often 1, AVL, V4 through V6. Not all of that; those areas to look in, and this is what's called a strain pattern. The big heart, usually big, not strong, is straining to repolarize. It's strained to repolarize. What we call strain pattern. And the STT wave changes are you know, like ST segment present, we have inversion, stuff like that. In fact, if you look at, we're still on 24, 25, 24 at the top and E5, it's like classic strain pattern. There's a lot of strain patterns throughout all these, but you know, that ST segment and T wave, you know, they're straining to repolarize because of the big heart. So that kind of goes with, and usually this would not be seen in physiological hypertrophy, usually just pathophysiological hypertrophy. You could also get left axis deviation. Remember we said that axis goes toward hypertrophy. Should make sense. Axis toward hypertrophy. And the left axis deviation is often negative 30 degrees or more, more negative than negative 30. When you say more than, you know, think of this at negative 25, you know, more negative, like so negative 35, 40, negative 60, all that kind of stuff. You get that left axis deviation. Then you look at, for example, you get a little QRS widening. We'll talk money about one branch blocks, stuff like that, but it's different than that, but a slight widening. If you look at a, you know, some of these EKGs, a little widening of the QRS complex, a little wider, because that big extra muscle has to be polarized. So wider. But really, once you have some of this stuff up here, you're okay. This is all just kind of additional information. I mean, you have voltage and strain pattern, and when you know you have it, you have diagnosis. So let's see if you put the axis on maybe the top one on 24, you go with E2, your best choice, and then EL be at 30. That's you know, in there. We'll do there's a good projection one to the axis. Right. So question there so far. This patient one time who was you know, normal heart supposed to be like, you know, this area. His heart was approaching this site. Not that big. It was big. It was big. It was a big heart. He had to be really careful on everything he did. He couldn't consume any sodium. He had to be really careful with his physical activity, his eating and everything. He just had this big hypertrophic heart. In fact, his chest became kind of like this, like rounded, kind of barrel chest to encase his heart. This is a big heart. And he knew him for a while, really good guy. His prognosis wasn't good, unfortunately. A couple months later, he passed on. He had just this huge heart he had. A big case of left ventricular. Yeah, he was former patient, yeah. And great guy, he just had so much heart disease, just had so enlarged that it's not efficient after a while. And it's trying to do something good, but it ends up being worse. All right, so that's the story. Everybody see this? Okay, we'll practice it.
Can you just draw a read of the strain pattern?
Yeah, in fact, I'll do that here. Because this is a perfect example. This is when I said like internet, this is copied off internet, and I'll definitely cover that. Let's see if we're ready. Good, let's put it all together with the slide. All right, do you want to lead us on this? No? I'm kind of shy today. I'll push you again Monday, though. Right? Push you again Monday? We're still on left ventricular hypertrophy. And Lana had a question on strain. This kind of fits right into what we have here. So first of all, what do we have as far as voltage? What do we want to choose here?
V5.
Definitely E5 is a lot bigger than E6. Choose that. What do we want to choose here? Pretty even.
V1.
Probably go either way. V1. Yeah, they're kind of even. And so we're looking at 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, somewhere in 30 area. 40s from there. So definitely over 35. We look at closer, get a better number. And then we have the strain, like right here. That. That's strain. They're not going to baseline and making a T wave. Instead, it's going to strain now. That's T wave change. Yeah.
Is that different on paper? Measured them.
Yeah, it might be just a copy in here. So you have like, that's about 5, right? And 20, 25. Now these are the thicker lines.
You're really looking for the strain before 36.
It could show up in like 1 AVL before 36. But it's not all the time, all the places.
Okay,
That's
so
kind of where you look. In fact, I see it in.
So you can see it in like in lead one because it's straining down a little bit,
Yeah.
and then AVL the same thing.
Right.
Okay.
But I actually see it in all.
Yeah.
But it doesn't always happen in all.
if you were to ask a question, just like, will the strain occur, or?
Yeah, well, mainly diagnosis of LVH.
Okay.
And then you would see the strain in 1 AVL before 36. Now, I could ask the question, like, if you have LVH, where's the strain pattern possible? And I put like 2, 3 AVL, you say no. But, 1 AVL before 36, you say yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah, it could be part of it. In fact, when I talk about the quiz, I'll talk about like criteria. Right, anything else here? About the hexes? There's a PVC right here. Don't worry about that. We're setting that on.
Two
Two. Like, can you do this? You're 30.
30.
And then it's actually a little bit more down and up, so probably more like negative 35, so not that you have to do that. You know, two a little bit more down. So slightly more than negative 30. Is drawing toward hypertrophy. Toward hypertrophy. And, you know, maybe a little widening here, not too much. I mean, by the time you get far down, nobody wants to do it. So voltage, SCTY changes, left axis deviation, you know, definitely LVH is your voltage. Now, Alana, did that answer your question?
Yes.
Okay. Everybody questions?